Welcome to Disembodied Screams. Spoilers, possibly, maybe proceed with caution if you really care. There's not much story to be had in Terrifier, so there's not really a lot of spoilers. Basically, the whole premise is art kills people. And that's it. So let's get into it. And let's just start with that part of it. Gore and effects. The main reason really to tune in. If you're a gore hound, tune in, check it out, because you won't be disappointed. There's plenty of blood to be had. The sawing the girl from crotch to head scene alone is gory enough for one movie, maybe 3 to 4 movies. I mean, it's intense and disturbing and kind of puts you back in your seat from time, those kind of things. You know, it's like, oh, what am I watching? Should I be watching this? Maybe I shouldn't be watching this. It's very gross. Then you throw in the girl getting shot to death. Art just going on a shooting spree. You just got this poor girl on the ground. He's just shooting various points of her body. And then eventually starts shooting her in the face until her face is gone. So why not? Right? It's art. He's having a good time. So, I mean, that's what he does. There's the guy who tries to save the day. He gets his face obliterated with one of those big clown shoes. You get Art peeling apart a woman's body so he can dress up in her skin and her hair. Plenty of gore there. Like I said, if you tune in just for the gore, you will not be disappointed. And effects are top notch. I mean, for a low budget movie, the effects absolutely shine. Story and script. Get out of here. We don't need you. They're nowhere to be found in this one. Those two elements really only exist to give Art a place to play in, which he does abundantly. Directing, despite the lack of story and script, Damien Leone does a fantastic job behind the lens. The movie isn't dull, keeps you watching, keeps you interested. I'm never bored watching it. Acting is another point I try to get into. Catherine Corcoran does a solid job in her role as she is the standout actor next to David Howard Thornton, who has brought a lot of life to Art the Clown, who I think is just a basic slasher villain on the page, but David really brings a lot of life to this character. And then rewatching this movie, I started thinking about Catherine's lawsuit and what she is implying happened behind the scenes. I don't want to get into all that right now because I don't know the whole story. Go read on it on your own if you want. But in rewatching this movie, she's hung upside down for a while and topless. Breasts are on full display a lot, and she's hung upside down a lot. If her safety and nudity concerns were not met, she does have a reason to sue and to seek damages because she was really in this scene for a bit. And I read somewhere like it was 10 hours that she had to endure this, and they basically just gave her a board or something to lay on in between takes, and then the blanket she was covering in was eventually covered in all the Caro syrup and blood, so it was really soaking wet, so it wasn't really keeping her warm, and they were in a warehouse. It wasn't air conditioned, wasn't heated. So there's a lot of stuff there behind the scenes to really pull apart and look at. I think she does have a valid case to seek damages, but I won't go into it much further than that because I don't want to elaborate on stuff I don't know too much about. But if there was misdoing, she certainly needs to be rewarded for it because she does an amazing job in that role. Totally sells it. Score, it's another highlight and adds a lot to this nice 80s low budget slasher grime that's all over this movie. Really like the score. And of course, the other point I get into, the killer, which is Art the Clown. He's already iconic. He's already becoming the next big villain in horror, up there with your Jigsaws, your Freddys, your Jasons, your Michaels, Chuckies, your Leatherfaces, on it goes. Art the Clown will be around for the foreseeable future. Even if Terrifier 4 is the last time supposedly Art is to be on screen, somebody else will come along and bring this character back to life. He's just too big and too iconic not to have multiple double-digit movies. So, all right, let me go ahead and wrap it up there. What are your thoughts about Terrifier? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. I personally am, let me go with this one more time. I personally am starting to like this one a lot more than I did on initial watch. It's got this kind of low budget, kind of griminess, kind of, I don't know, getting it done kind of feel that I really love in a movie. I love to see movies that they don't have much of a budget, but they're finding a way to get it done. And this movie has that. Sure, it doesn't have the big story and the acting like 2 and 3 do, and more of the glossiness and more of the big production, but there is something about Terrifier that I really do like and beginning to like a lot. Plus, it's short, which I like that too sometimes. Even though Terrifier 2 and 3, as long as they are, they still have a lot of story to be told. So they don't never get boring. But I do kind of like that little quick punch of terror like you do with this one. So that's my kind of little spiel about Terrifier and why I kind of starting to like it a lot more than I did initially. I found the first few visits. All right, rambling. That's it. Go ahead, hit that like button. I cannot talk this morning. It's a like button now. Go ahead and hit that like button until it screams bloody murder. Let's get those likes up and let YouTube know this dude is doing a pretty good thing. All right, take care. Thanks for watching Terrifier 2 on the way very soon. And if you haven't seen my Terrifier 3 review, go check it out. Be good.